Peace and blessings, UHCS family and scholars. Um, I pray that this message um, or this video finds you and your family in the best of health and spirits. Today is April 15th, 2020, and this video is for those frequent flyers that I have chosen to watch these videos and to use the concepts of self-analysis, self-examination, and self-correction to answer the questions to the topic that we will be dealing with today. Again, my prayers and condolences go out to anyone that has lost close friends or family members during this global pandemic that we're dealing with of the coronavirus or COVID-19. Just please continue to be safe as possible. Do all the hygienical things that they're asking us to do. Practice the social distancing. And, do not go outside if you don't have to, if you're not an essential worker. Um, But today we want to talk about this topic of suicide real briefly. And I want the scholars that watch this really to listen and answer three questions as it relates to suicide. First and foremost, suicide is one of those dilemmas that plague many communities. Very uh, challenging thing that goes on in the urban communities, but it affects us worldwide as well. And we want to look at this uh, topic of suicide because, in crisis like this, when people don't feel like there's no help or nobody that they can talk to, a lot of times people give up. And I'm just here to say in this video that no matter what we're going through, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and there's no reason to give up on yourself and to give up on your creator. You and I are here not by accident, but the creator designed us to be here for his purpose. So no matter how bad things get, know there's always light in darkness. And to seek help, sometimes we're going through so many things in our life and we think there's no relief in sight. But you'll be very appalled that if you dialogue with somebody or you call someone, how they can give you guidance and solutions to the problems that you may be going through, because somebody else may be going through a similar problem or maybe going through something just as worse, but they're using their coping skills to get over it. And the creator created us to face difficulty, to deal with misfortune, to deal with failures. All that was in the calculation of him allowing us to come to birth in his universe. So scholars, there are three questions that I want you to entertain as it pertains to this video and dealing with the topic of suicide. The first question is, what is the definition of suicide? Because in order for us to talk about any topic, we should clear the words and understand what it is that we're talking about. So the first question is, what is the definition of suicide? The second question is, why do you think people commit suicide? The second question is, why do you think people commit suicide? And the third question is, how would you help someone if they told you they wanted to commit suicide? The third question is, how would you help someone if they told you they wanted to commit suicide? So those are three questions dealing with this topic of suicide. I just want to say suicide, from my vantage point, could be looked at as a very selfish act, because you leave so many people confused, wondering what happened, leave them in mourning and in grief, because 9 times out of 10 it happens all of a sudden, and it never brings closure because everybody is wondering why. So it's definitely a mental health challenge that we deal with in this country. You'll be surprised how many teenagers and adults commit suicide every day. So I'm here to tell you that suicide is not the answer. Seek some mental help, talk to your peers, find a mentor, find somebody you can talk to, because it's never that bad that it's worth you taking your own life or even considering taking your own life. So the scholars that are watching this, suicide should never be an answer to resolve any problem. You always got counselors, teachers, deans, climate culture people, whoever you want to talk to. And if you need something, don't be too proud to reach out and ask for what you need. So these 3 questions, after you entertain those 3 questions as it pertains to this video, I want you to give me a summary of what you learned or something. Give me a summary on this topic of suicide and what you think we could do to make sure that we can minimize this dilemma taking place in our community. Again, it's Mr. Muhammad. Peace and blessings to you and your family. And again, my prayers and condolences go out to you and your family if any of you have lost loved ones or close friends due to this pandemic of the coronavirus. With love and respect, peace.